In this video, I'm going to be talking about the binomial expansion, and this is a shortcut formula. And as you can see, n combination r into a raised power of n minus r into b raised power of r. This formula is all you need for you to solve binomial expansion with positive power, positive non-fractional power. That means the power is not fractional and the power is not negative. It must be positive. Something like this: x plus y raised to the power of 6. So if you have something like this is a positive power, so you can use this shortcut for it. So the components of this type of a question is n, your a, your b, and your r. So the n is the power of your question. So that means in this type of question, the n is 6, while your a is the first variable you can see in the bracket, and in this case it is x. Then for the b is the second person, that's the y, while your r is unknown. The r cannot be gotten from the nature of the question. That is why I can say categorically and specifically that r is the most important thing in binomial expansion. And how do you get r? I'm going to be showing you how you can get r in various scenarios. They can ask you questions on different type of stuff when it comes to binomial. They can say evaluate the third term. They can specify and ask you a particular term in the expansion. They can also ask you the coefficient of the x component, in this case x raised to the power of 4. They can also ask you the coefficient of the y component, in this case y square. So all these things have their own special r, and you must know how to get their special r. For this one, how to get the r in this case is the number of term minus 1. In this case, the number of term asked you in this question is a third term. So your r in this case is going to be 3 minus 1. So in this case, how do you get the r? Whenever you are asked to find the coefficient of an x component, provided that the x component is in its rightful position. In this case, x come before y, and this is x in its rightful position. So how do you get the r? It's going to be the power on the x given to you minus the power of the question. So in this case, the power of the question is 6, and the power of the x given to you is 4. So when you subtract 6 from 4, you are going to get 2. So that's how you get this one, and that's going to be what? 2. So the 6 is the power of a question, while your 2 is your 4 is the power of the coefficient that you're looking for, power of your unknown. So what you are trying to find is x to the power 4, and that's the power. So when you subtract the both, you are going to get the actual r. But finally, if you are looking for the r of an x component, in this case y square, your r is going to be the power on the y. In this case, the power is 2. It's as simple as that. If you can apply all these things and you now go back to this formula in any solution, you are going to get the correct answer. So just as in this case, they asked us to find the third term. In this case, they asked us to find the third term. So let's apply it sharp. I told you that the r is what? Number of term minus 1. That's 3 minus 1. So that means if you put it here, n combination r into a raised to the power of n minus r into b raised to the power of r. It means that our n is 6 combination. You know the r, I've told you how to get it in this case. In this case, it's going to be 3 minus 1. According to this, 3 minus 1. So that means your r is 2. That means 6 combination 2 into x raised to the power of, this is n, this is r. So the power here is n minus r. So just subtract the combinations variables. So 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. While your b is going to be the r, which is the 2. And that will be b raised to the power of 2. Now you must know how to deal with combinations. Combination is the factorial of the higher person all over the factorial of their differences. The difference between 6 and 2 is 4, and then multiply by the differences of the lower person. Then x is still there, raised to the power of 4, and our b is actually y now, so I have to change it. So our b is y, that's y squared. By the time you say that, that will be 6 factorial all over. I used to tell my student that this 4 factorial has cancelled anything 4. You know, factorial is multiplying that number backward. So 4 factorial that is a denominator has cancelled anything 4 backward out of this 6 factorial. That means the only thing that you have left in this is just 6 times 5. But don't forget that the 2 is still there. So 2 here 1, 2 in 6 give us 3. 3 times 5 is what? 15. That means the value we can get from the combination is 15. Then just add the other variables. So this is the third term. and let's test for it. We said the question is x plus y raised to the power of 6. It means that